AirPods Pro 2, they are here and we both have them. We're loving them. But the question I think for both of us is, are they worth it compared to the older AirPods Pro or even the AirPods 3 or any other AirPods? Not because of what they offer necessarily, but because of whether or not that upgrade is worth it year over year. I guess it's been 3 years now, right? So whether or not it offers enough in terms of features to make it upgrade worthy, I think we are both in the consensus to say yes. But I'll let you start because you're much more of a AirPods Pro fan than I am. Not to say I'm not, but you are gung-ho. You'd buy them again tomorrow if you lost them, right?
I'm obsessed. I'm addicted to AirPods. I'm going to say take this bold stance. Do you need them? No. If you've got a good pair of AirPods, even if you have AirPods Pro that you bought somewhat recently, you're good. If you've got AirPods 3, you're good. If you've got AirPods that work, you're good. But there are a couple of asterisks of some buts in there that you should know about and some unlesses that might change that narrative. The big one I see for a lot of people is those who bought AirPods Pro in the very beginning. That was October of 2019, which seems like it was 5 decades ago. In that case, your battery life is definitely not what it used to be. There's a lot of connection issues. Things are flaky. It definitely would make sense to upgrade. Also, I feel like there's like a general like lifespan of these. Like they are good and you can use them for a while, but after 3 years, usually they don't sound as good. Like I said, they were flaky. The battery life might not be good. You might be looking at an upgrade. Also, if you're someone who really values active noise cancellation, we can get into that. I think there is a case to be made that this is worth it. There's some other little niceties. And then if you're looking to buy AirPods for the very first time, maybe you're looking to jump into the space and you're considering all your options, I definitely think that AirPods Pro is one of the best, if not the best ways to go, because you do get a whole lot of value for your $250. So before I go into my thoughts, Matt, you've had them since launch day as well. You got your new pair of AirPods Pro. I want to say AirPods Pro 2, but it's just AirPods Pro.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about a week in? You like them? You going to return them?
Oh no, I'm keeping them for sure. For me, it's because I've talked about this before, but I left my old original AirPods Pro in a hotel and I never got them back. So I've been using the AirPods 3, which are great. The sound quality on those is excellent, and but I was missing the smart features like the transparency mode and the noise cancellation. So I was missing those. Now that this is out, I definitely bought them and I'm loving them. It's everything I was hoping they would be. And the sound quality is better. The transparency mode is great. It's probably my favorite feature of all of them. I'm sure we'll talk about that. But yeah, I'm all in. And I completely agree with your kind of assessment here. Do you need them? No. But if you're in the market for new AirPods, I think if you can afford the price, obviously, that's always the caveat with all of these products. If you can afford it, I think this is the one to get over any of the other ones if you're in the market for a new pair of wireless earbuds. I guess let's go back to those features. Which one is your favorite? Because they've kind of touched every single aspect, the sound, the smart features. Which one is your favorite that you've noticed in day-to-day use?
Biggest one for me is the improved active noise cancellation. I wouldn't call it 2 times better, but I can tell you that my big thing is either it's like walking outside, like I'll go for a walk and I've got like cars passing me with traffic, or I'm in the gym in the morning where there's people around me and there's music blasting from those stupid speakers that always blast music at every gym in the world. The older AirPods Pro were good, but these newer generations, it's so much better. I can definitely tell, I want to say it's like a 1.5x better. I can hear my content more clearly. It sounds better. And then active noise cancellation does a really good job of drowning out that background noise. So for me, that's been my favorite feature. And of course, all the other stuff, the improved audio quality, the little sounds and stuff like that. But for me, ANC is king. And that's really what I think separates AirPods Pro from AirPods 3 or even older generations. This one is just really, really good. So that's my favorite. What about you, Matt?
Yeah, no, I agree. The noise cancellation is definitely improved. I think, who was it? I think it was Marquez. He said that it was like on par with AirPods Max. I don't know if I'd go that far. I mean, I put them side by side. They do not sound quite that good, but what I would love to do is test these on like an airplane. I haven't been able to fly yet, but that's kind of where you'll notice the biggest difference. The closest thing that I've had is with vacuuming, which is also a very loud, kind of solid noise that ANC is really good at blocking out, and it sounds great. I agree. For me, though, what's more impressive is the transparency mode, because that's something I'm always in. I'm never really in active noise cancellation, just because, I'm in my house. I don't need, I don't know. I don't like, what am I trying to block out? It's pretty quiet in here. I work from home and no one else is here. So I'm not really blocking out any noise, but I like having the transparency mode so I can hear what's going on. Maybe there's a delivery or a package or something I got to go get. But with the active noise cancellation in the transparency mode, I guess that's not what it's called. What do they call it? Reduce loud sounds or something like that. Basically, if you're wearing AirPods Pro in transparency mode and a loud noise happens, it actually turns on active noise cancellation to reduce the volume of that. And it's not something that I think you'll immediately remember is happening until you notice it. So for instance, I was at the car wash and, did everything. I put my headphones in and went to go vacuum, and they were in transparency mode, no active noise cancellation or anything. But as soon as I picked up the vacuum and it turned on and I started using it, I realized it sounds like the active noise cancellation is on, but I didn't do anything. And it was. And it wasn't to the point of completely drowning out the entire world. I still heard everything. It's just the vacuum was very quiet. And it's a weird thing to explain without experiencing it, but it worked so well that the only reason I noticed it is because I was kind of in the testing phase of these AirPods, and it worked exactly like how I would hope to. Like, it just reduced the sound without reducing everything else and not having to go into the active noise cancellation mode. That alone is worth it for me because, like I said, I like having the active noise cancellation. I just never want to have it on because, I don't know, I'm just weird. I don't like it that much. So being able to have it automatically turn on when there is something loud, all for it. Have you used it? Have you experienced this kind of auto dimming of noise?
I haven't. I've been trying to trigger it too, and I was just outside earlier when there was a fire truck going by, and I was sort of listening intently to see if it was going to block out the sound, but it didn't. And I don't know what the threshold is. Like, it has to be sort of a constant sound at a certain decibel level, and a fire truck kind of goes by, then it's over. So I haven't experienced that just yet. But I will say transparency mode has been improved. I've noticed that. Like I said, noise cancellation for me, that's like one of the nice tricks of AirPods Pro is you've got basically three modes: the off mode, which I never use because that's nothing, and then either ANC or then transparency. And there's something so nice about being able to switch between the two so easily. And, you can listen to the world around you, and you can sort of walk and have a conversation. Then if you need to, walk inside and you want to get some work done, you flip on ANC, and it's just that easy. Have you used, Matt, the volume control on the stems? Because this is one that I keep forgetting that exists because it's been 3 years of not having it, or actually more than that. I mean, since the OG AirPods of 2016, 2017, whatever it is. Yeah. So I have to recondition myself to try it, and it's nice, but I haven't gotten that muscle memory down. Have you been using that to control the volume?
I have. I've been trying to force myself to get that muscle memory because I, like you, am forgetting that it exists. I love it. I'm glad it's there, and it's not something I use daily. I still mainly control the volume on my phone. Like, when I start playing something, I go on my phone, make sure it's the volume I like, and put it in my pocket or whatever. That's kind of how I do it. I never really change the volume while I'm listening, not that often at least. And when it does happen, I would either do it on my watch or on my phone, just through my pocket. But now having the volume control on the stem is great. I love it. Again, not something I use every day, but I like that it's there. It is weird to access, kinda. I mean, you get used to it extremely quickly, but I thought it was just you could touch anywhere on the AirPod and it just works. No, that's not how it works. The little indent where you would normally tap, it's a fake button basically, but that's where it is. You have to scroll on that one part. You don't scroll everywhere else. Now, it's pretty good about as long as you touch it, it kind of figures out that that's what you're trying to do. But basically the way to do it is to almost as if you're going to squeeze the button to play or pause your audio, but instead of squeezing, you just move your index finger up and down. It's kind of weird, but good enough for me. I was hoping that they would do this at some point, and I just kind of given up hope that this was something they would do because it'd been years at this point. But I like it, and I think it's a better implementation than some of the other earbuds that I've used that have a touch interface. They just don't really feel all that what's the word, sensitive. It seems like you really have to like get it perfect. These ones are pretty good. You just do it, and once you know that's the movement you have to do, it works pretty well. Have you been using it?
I've been trying to, and like today I was like accidentally like pausing the song because I was hitting it wrong or I was pinching instead of swiping. This is definitely one of those things that you think you want it, and it is nice that Apple did it, but I also totally see why they just didn't do this for so long because it is
Yeah.
a very awkward maneuver. And I feel like that's what we're sort of seeing in Apple now is Apple is bending to the will of their customers a
Oh
little bit
yeah.
more, even if some of this stuff is a little bit awkward at first. So I think for me, it's like I'd rather have it and it be a little awkward and I just never use it than not having that functionality at all. So that's been nice. I've also really liked the sounds of the case.
Oh
Obviously,
yeah,
I'm
another
looking.
little feature. Yeah.
I have both AirPods Pro cases on my desk, and you can't tell looking at them which one's new, but immediately you can tell from the side, I guess the bottom tube at the side with that little lanyard attachment. That's one thing that I just haven't used.
Nah, I haven't
Nice that
used
it's
that
there
either.
because when I was in college, I had them on a ring with some other keys and stuff I access all the time, and I had them like in a little case. And then the case was super cheapy, and like the little attachment that attached it to the lanyard broke off. That wouldn't happen here because it's actually built into the case, so that's nice. But the sounds, the pairing sounds, for me, I got a little wireless charger right under my monitor stand that I cannot see what the status is, but I can just sort of slide the AirPods on there. Then I hear a little ding that you know it's charging, so that's super nice. And then the other day, I already misplaced them. I couldn't find them, but I went to find my app, played a sound, and it worked. And it's like the little things like that you don't like. It's not enough, like one individual thing is not enough to get you to upgrade, but maybe all of them together, or if you're buying again for the very first time, it's all those nice little things built in that make these so good. It's like a little bit of that Apple magic that's hard to describe. Some very very welcomed additions to the little case.
Yeah, totally. It they have the same sounds as the Apple Watch, which kind of confused me at
Yeah.
first because you put it onto the charger and it goes cling, and I was like, wait, what happened? Because I totally forgot because again, it's been so many years without this feature that I just forgot that's what it was supposed to do, and it confused me for a second. But I really like it. I think it's a smart thing that if you're gonna put the speaker in there for Find My, might as well use it for some other things too. Have you charged it with the Apple Watch charger? I still need to try that just to see how.
I
it works.
haven't. That's a very. It's like it's cool that it does it, but it's very weird. Like I don't know.
I think it's good for
why.
travel.
For travel, it's good. For me, it's just like I have a little Qi wireless charger. I throw it on. But before with my older AirPods Pro, I was always plugging them in with Lightning because I could never tell if they're wireless charging. And there's no worse feeling than going someplace and going to listen to music and then they're dead. So that's been for me just like a little nice thing that's been so nice and makes me a very happy AirPods Pro owner.